trail, no cameras, no video. Feel free to put your phone down and just listen to me rant. Well, no, I'm not ranting, but I'm going to talk about, just this is the weekly reflection update. So just talking about Silt, where it's going, where it's been, wins, losses, um, hopefully just wins. But today I want to talk about running to Papago Park and Silt Sounds, and also some more long form content that's coming out. So first things first on the list, I just got back from running 3 miles, and it was brutal. I haven't ran, I haven't ran like purposefully of my own free will in 7 months. I don't think I've ran since the summer, which I know is insane because summertime is when people in Arizona don't run. But we were running at night, me and my fiance. It was in Gilbert, no, Eastmark Mesa. So it was hot at night, but we ran to the lake, did some burpees, some push-ups, and then we ran back, and I was wiped. And I vowed to never run again. Just kidding, but I ended up running again anyway. Today, I realized that I was getting a little boxy, guys. I was getting a little boxy. I looked down, and my abs were starting to disappear. Because I've been focusing mostly on, well, getting a new job, which thank God I ended up getting a new job. I needed more cash, bad guys. Um, but then I've also been focusing on content creation. As you can see, I got 130 videos uploaded to YouTube, another 140 on TikTok, 75 on Instagram, 330 Pinterest pins. Now we're on Facebook. That's up to 10 posts. So I've kind of just been everywhere. But I haven't purposed to get outside at all, which has resulted in me losing muscle mass. Man, I used to be dedicated. When I was in Chicago, I used to run a mile to the gym. That was my warm up. And then I'd work out and then, for like an hour strength training, really pushing some weight, handling an iron. And then I would run back a mile to my apartment. And I was in shape. Oh, I was lean. I was lean. I was in great health. Everything. It was peak. That was my peak. Well, I guess college track was my peak physique. Peak physique. I like that. But as of late, I have not been peak physique. I now have a hybrid job. I only go in the office 3 times a week. 2 times I'm remote, and I've been eating a lot of chips, tortilla chips with salsa and cheese. And yeah, it's like week by week, I just see the blocks on my abs just slowly dissipate. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. I just see them slowly dissipating. So I'm like, dang, I've got to do something and I got to do something now. So I don't know why, but voluntarily chose to run to Papago Park from my apartment. And let me tell you, it was brutal. It was brutal. Uh, it was a cloudy day in Phoenix, so that's nice. And I was so full of energy and gusto and just I was ready to tear it up. In my head, I was gonna run to the Papago Park Amphitheater in between the two buttes, and I was gonna run there in one attempt, no stopping. And I was just gonna, with a backpack on full of water and a hoodie, and I was gonna run to that amphitheater. I was gonna do push-ups. I was gonna do dips. Heck, I might even run the steps just for the fun of it. And yeah, I got my backpack on, went out the door. I was ready to kill it, and I ran for like I think I made it half a mile. I think, and I was dying, dying, dude. I feel like I had dust in my throat. Like my lips were turning white from, I don't know, being chapped, I guess. I don't know what I was going through it. I had to stop and start walking, and I was like, "Dang, this is not what how I envisioned this going." And the buttes looked so far away. Oh, they look so far away, and it's an elevation increase. Like you go up 60 meters. I don't even know. I have my phone in the metric system right now. I'm trying to learn the metric system. I don't know why, but I don't even know what 60 meters is in miles, but or feet. Anyway, I kept running, and I would stop running, stop, and I'd see these people run past me, and they're just in great shape, and I'm like, "Dude, oh, this is brutal." But I finally, against all odds, made it to the top, to the amphitheater. It took me a while to get there because there was to say there was forks in the trail. That's not even. It's not. That's an understatement. There's 7 different routes you can take to get to the amphitheater at Papago Park. It's like 7 different routes, and so there's a point where I'm running in the desert sand, rocks and whatever, and it's like, okay, I could go left, and then I run through a bunch of trees, maybe get scratched up, not sure, or I could go right, but then there's like a 50-foot elevation increase to get to this top trail, and then I can kind of run out and flatten from there. So I chose the tree route. I did not get scratched, thank God. Got to the amphitheater, I was wore out, wore out. There was other people there, um, they were running up and down the steps of the amphitheater. Some were just running through the amphitheater on their way to greener pastures, I guess. From the top, I don't know if you guys if you're in the Phoenix area or in the, yeah, Phoenix metro area, you can see a lot of things. I saw Camelback Mountain from up there. I saw the McDowell Mountains off in the distance. I saw, the 4 Peaks. I saw downtown Phoenix, all from the amphitheater, and it was amazing. It was cloudy, so I didn't get that fiery Phoenix sunset, unfortunately. But yeah, got there, and in my head, I thought there would be some concrete to, do push-ups and dips on. It wasn't. It was I mean, the seat was concrete, but it was concrete with a bunch of tiny pebbles and rocks. But then the platform, it's not like a coliseum. It's more dirt and rocks. And so I'm like, dang, if I want to do push-ups right here, I would need a mat or just suffer doing push-ups on rocks and had them all in my hands. So I just did an incline push-up. I did 10 reps and then I did 10 dips. Brush the rocks off so they didn't go in my hands, and I got that in. By the time I got there, the sun was already starting to go down, and again, if you're in the Phoenix area, once the sun goes down, it gets dark, like pitch black. No street lights, especially in Papago Park because, nature. They don't wanna disturb the animals that are living there. So I just did my 1 sets because I said before on the camera, I said I was gonna do some push-ups and dips, and gosh darn it, I was gonna do them before I went back to my apartment. And so that's what I did. Got them in, and then I ran back. I ran back quicker this time because I don't care to be out in a place that's dark with no street lights. That's just not in my cards. Didn't like it. Arizona's a little too wild for me. Things start coming out at night, like the coyotes and I don't know, the tarantulas, jackrabbits. I don't know what else comes out at night, but I don't want to be out there. We got jaguars in South Arizona. I just don't want to be out in the dark at night, even though I'm in Phoenix. But against all odds, made it back to my apartment in one piece. I was very tired. Didn't think I was going to make it, but hey, that's my story running the Papago Park. Silt Sounds is live. If you guys have Spotify, Apple Music, I think we're also on TikTok and Instagram too. iTunes. I've been making music via GarageBand, which isn't the best platform to use, but I've been making desert inspired sounds. So if you guys would like to support, um, feel free to stream some of the songs that I created. There's 3 that are on there right now, and there's more to come. I want to release one every week or in batches of 3. We'll kind of see where that goes. But one of the songs is called Dust. So if you type in Dust Silt, it's going to show up. You can hear what that sounds like. The other one is called Sidewinder, and the other one is called Blinking. Belong. Yeah, it's called Belong. And yeah, they're all inspired by the desert. My fiance, she loves Belong. That's her personal favorite. I like Belong too. I think that's one of the best ones that I've created so far. I think what else? Sidewinder has a special place in my heart just because that's the first one I created. It's the first one. It's a very slow song, and when I was creating the song, I kind of thought of a sidewinder, kind of like moving through the desert sands, which we have sidewinders in Arizona, which I was shocked. I figured that was in Africa, but it's not. They are in Arizona as well. So yeah, I imagine the sidewinder just kind of like slithering along. the desert ground. And I created a song about it, and I created the cover art on Canva, and now it's there. It's on Spotify or Apple Music or even Tidal. Just about any platform you could think of, it's on there. And then for Belong, I kind of imagined this. I don't know why, but I imagined a woman stranded in the desert, and she she's stranded there. I don't know how she got there, but she's stranded. She wakes up in a cave. She just does what she has to do to survive. She goes to sleep, wakes up again next day, and then she's like crying out because she's lonely in the desert. And lo and behold, one day she hears a flute in the distance, and it's coming from a cave, some other cave. She goes towards that sound, and it's a whole group of people that she's been longing for. And she finds the person playing the flute, and they fall in love. So that's a love story. I mean, if y'all get a different interpretation of that song, by all means, let me know what you envision. And then for dust, I imagined a dust storm happening. There's a dust storm in the desert, and there's these people in a club. I'm just giving somebody free game right now. Like if you make books, if you write stories or make books, by all means, make the story, share it with me. Um, but yeah, there's this storm happening. They're in a club, you know, there's wind going on outside. And on one floor, they're playing this kind of like reggae ish music. And then they go to the second floor, and then this flute and bass influenced music going on in the bottom floor. So that one, yeah, that's out there too. And I'm working on a new one called Java, and that should be dropping either this week or the next week. So yeah, follow Silt. More Silt sounds coming to your ears. I'm planning to be very prolific. So prolific, in fact, that I have decided to buy a MIDI keyboard, a 25 key MIDI keyboard, because again, I don't know if y'all have made music on GarageBand, but it's really difficult to play musical notes on your laptop. Very difficult, not cool. So I got a 25 key MIDI keyboard on the way with a sustain pedal, and we're gonna really. I'm gonna release like 50 songs this year. That's what I'm shooting for, like 50 songs. If I get there, great. If I don't, well, maybe I'll have 30. So yeah, follow along for that. Last little topic before I sign off, long form content. I'm going to be releasing a lot more long form content on YouTube because I realized I was doing a ton of shorts. Like I've released over 100 shorts, probably 110 shorts, like just blasting them out 3 to 5 times a week, just throwing out shorts, shorts. And I realized I wasn't really taking the time to create longer form content, which is what YouTube was even that's what it was founded on, to be honest. So I've been trying to release more longer form content for y'all. Like again, same topics, Arizona history, silt merch or silt branding, like what I'm trying to do here with this brand slash world. And yeah, history too. Any Arizona history, desert history, or my life in the desert. So y'all gonna be getting a lot more longer form content videos every week, which with these field logs, it could be 3 videos a week. I'm not sure. I have so much content I'm sitting on right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with it. I really don't. So I'm just throwing it all out there. Whoever watches watches, and whoever enjoys it enjoys it. So yeah, keep following along on the journey. Let's see. Going through the comments. Yeah, we got a lot of comments. Wow. Yeah. Hi. What's up? What's up? Ethan River. No, Wesson Y Travamped. Yeah. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. We're gonna be. Oh, yeah, again, I'm gonna be uploading this later on to the live section. So thanks for the support. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys later. Be sure to like and subscribe. Everything. Take care.